My video today is continuing along the theme of testing the latest irons of the 2018 manufacturers lineups. So today I wanted to talk about the Taylormade 2018 irons, which are called the M3 and M4 irons. I touched upon these briefly in a previous video explaining the technology, but I just wanted to show you some real testing that I did myself today, just to show you how they actually perform and how they actually compare to themselves and then to the iron that I'm actually currently gaming. So I currently play the Mizuno JPX 900 Tour irons. I play those because I'm a bit of a Mizuno fan. I like the look, I like the feel. I get good control, good ball flight, and they give me everything that I want for my game. So the 7 iron at the top here is my own 7 iron. So I'm getting 123 ball speed, 18 degrees of launch, a really nice spin rate at 6,500, and then that's equaling 172 yards of carry distance, which is the distance that I play out on the golf course for a 7 iron to carry up to the flag when I'm trying to land it around the flag and stop it nice and fast. So then, today I've hit the M3 and M4 irons from Taylormade. So the latest technology in there, the biggest difference to any of their other irons is what they're calling the ribcore technology. So if I show you, hopefully you can just about see this black strut in the corner in the toe. So there's 2 of those. There's one in either side of the head. So what that basically does, that strengthens the face. So Taylormade have found through the years of thinning the faces, they've gained speed from the middle, but then off-center strikes, sometimes you actually lose speed by thinning the face out. So by them giving the back of the face that stabilisation at the edges, that then regains that ball speed on off-center strikes, makes them more forgiving and more consistent on distances. So let's see how they performed. So the M4 iron, the biggest distance-orientated iron Taylormade make, had 131, nearly 132 miles an hour ball speed. So a massive jump from my own iron. A little bit lower launch angle at 17, and then 1,000 RPM less spin at 5,600. That's how they maintain this distance. Get more ball speed, slightly lower launch and slightly lower spin, which is going to get that ball through the air for a longer period of time. That equals 190 yards of carry distance on a 7 iron, which is massive. So for anybody looking for distance, that's something that's really going to help. But you're not going to lose too much control when this ball lands. Now, yes, you've lost backspin, but because the ball is coming off the face faster, it's actually going to reach a higher peak height in the air. So then it's going to descend into the green steeper, which is still going to provide you with the control that you need from losing that bit of spin. So how does the M4 compare to the M3? So the M3 at the bottom here, 128 ball speed. So still a big gain from my own 7 iron, but this 7 iron in the M3 is designed to give you more ball speed. Very similar launch to that of the M4. The lofts are slightly different. And then just again, a little bit more backspin. So the M3 is designed for that golfer, still wants a bit of forgiveness, still wants a good bit of power and a good bit of distance, but isn't after raw distance, is after a little bit more control, and especially the look of the club, it's a little bit smaller, a little bit neater. So that's resulted in 184 carry. So it's kind of separated where we was with my iron and the M4 iron. The big thing personally from testing these 2 irons today is that the sound is very different. From last year's M2 and M1, they were quite loud and quite hollow sounding. They didn't really sound nice and solid like a lot of people want an iron to sound. So the M3 and M4, because of the ribcore technology, that's softened down the vibrations of the face, and that's definitely made them a lot quieter and a lot more pleasing for the sound when you're actually hitting golf balls and out on the golf course. So if you think you want to try some new irons this year, maybe the M3 or M4 could suit you, depending on what you're after performance-wise. If you're unsure, give us a call, pop down, we can do some testing and see what's going to help your game.